You know, I used to be really good at doing these in one takes. Or in one take. I don't know what the hell happened to me, but I'm getting really bad at this. Like, I just flub my speech too much or whatever. But anyway, once again, it is that time of the week for my reaction review to the latest episode of Doctor Who. This time is The Power of Three, which is a very interesting episode because no one really knew what we were getting into with this one. From before the season even started, we knew what we were getting into with Asylum, we knew what we were getting into with Dinosaurs, and we more or less knew what we were getting into with Town Called Mercy, as well as Angels Take Manhattan next week. Though, again, I'll get into what I think was going to happen in that episode in a little bit, but anyway. No, this was a very good episode. Would I say it was better than A Town Called Mercy? Well, I want to. I do. But the thing is, I can't quite figure out if it's just my brain kind of, because this is the first episode we've had in modern-day England since, like, just a normal situation that just had aliens plopped into them, since, I want to say the 11th hour, actually. Really. And I think that it was really nice to kind of see an episode like that. Since we used to have like 2 or 3 a season in the Tennant era, and 1 or 2 in season 5. I can't really remember. But I can't decide if it was just me seeing that and thinking that, like, I really like those episodes, by the way. And I can't quite figure out if it's my brain kind of reacting to that. Like, I off the top of my head, I would say it was better. But again, I can't decide whether that's actual fact or if that's me being a little bit biased. It was a pretty good, it was a very good episode all in all. Well, one way or another, biased or not. But, no, here's where I'm going to starting the spoilers. Just to warn, spoilers ahead, spoilers across this line, da-da-da-da-da. I've done this 3 times. You know where I'm going to start I'm starting the spoilers now. But, no, like I said, this was a very good episode. I think, really, this was more or less putting in Roy's father and putting in all of this, like, all of the, like, the normal episode right before Angels Take Manhattan. Because we all know something bad is going to happen next week. The way they set up the episode was that they haven't seen it. It's basically been about 10 years since the first time they met the Doctor. Well, let me rephrase that. Since the 11th hour, basically. And lately they've just been seeing the Doctor less and less and less and less and less. And the Doctor explains because he's trying to rush out and do everything before he loses the chance to do it. Because he's kind of afraid of losing people. And there are other people he wants to do that to, there's other people he wants to, I don't want to say hang out with, but you know what I mean. There's lots of people he wants to hang out with. And between that and the Pond's very busy, normal life, they just didn't have as much time. And he wants to hang out with them as much as possible, and he's very sad and he's very afraid that they're not going to be. Again, excuse me. Again, he's very afraid that he's never going to see them again. And the next time he comes back, kind of like in the girl in the fireplace, the Tennant episode, that he's going to come back and they're going to be dead, or something like that. And it was a very good moment, I actually have to say. But, I think this is really what this was setting up to. Is something really terrible happening in Angels Take Manhattan. Like we've basically been told it's going to. And do I think they're trying a bit too hard? Yeah, maybe. But we got good episodes out of it, so, But like I said, Actually, first of all, one thing I want to bring up is I really do think this should have been the first episode. I really think that this should have been the first episode, and then, like, Dinosaurs, and then Asylum, then Town Called Mercy, then Angels. I kind of see what they were going for now that I think about it, with the end of Power of Three, where Rory's father basically says, go on adventures, you can have your normal life whenever you want to. You know, go into the TARDIS, have an adventure with the Doctor. And they do. And we all know that that's leading up to the and they were just about to stop line. You know, he was only 3 days away from retirement, kind of deal. And, you know, that kind of thing. The tragic irony of deal. And I swear to God, if they do that, then it will be kind of cheesy. But, we all know something bad's going to happen next week. But, no, like I said, Roy's father's in it again. And he was very good in this one. I really do think that actually having him in Dinosaurs and having him know about everything really did help his character. Because it makes him a little bit more... It makes him a bit more easy to work with. And the fact that he's very... He does everything the Doctor says by the letter. Like, he does these recordings on the cubes that fell. Again, the main plot, of course, is the fact that these cubes fall, they don't do anything for months and months and months. And then, obviously, they turn out to be some kind of a weapon. I'll get into that in a second. But no, he records, like, every day he records a vlog, or like a video of just, you know, the cubes haven't moved, nothing's changed, signing off, basically, and sends it to Unit. By the way, the Unit leader was the Brigadier's daughter, which I thought was a nice touch. Do I think it might have been a little bit off? Kind of, but I liked it. I thought it was good. Do I think it might have been? I don't quite know how to word it. Do I think it might have been using the God rest his soul, the Brigadier's actor passing away card a bit too much, like they did in the last episode of last season? In a little, but it worked nonetheless, and it made sense. So, you know, I'm not gonna say anything bad about it, but it was nice to kind of see the legacy of the Brigadier continue on. But anyway, like I said, the unit, completely lost my train of thought there. Rory's father, that's it. I thought Rory's father was done a lot better in this episode just because of his previous adventures. So I do think he was kind of like I said, it's kind of pointless in Dinosaurs, but I think it did lead to something. What else was there? Like I said, the relationship between Amy, Rory, and the Doctor, very cool, very neat, very well done. Had a couple of decent emotional moments, some good laugh moments. It was generally, like I said, a very good episode. The actual thing with the cubes, they don't do anything for so long, and then they just start doing these random things that apparently is like whatever the people wanted them to be. So making them very attractive to people, so that they keep very close to them. How do I word this? So that they keep them very close to them, so that whenever the enemy, I can't remember the name of, I apologize, but I'll probably put a little word thing on YouTube. I can't remember what they were called either. God damn. I'm a little flustered, like I said, but I'll put a little thing up for what their name is. But anyway, so that they could basically steal the life force out of humans, or the electricity out of humans, stop their hearts, so that the main villain could basically extinguish the entire human race. The Doctor eventually reverses that after a third of the population has gone into cardiac arrest and somehow brought them back. I thought that was a little bit of a stretch, but again, maybe I'm just being a bit overzealous with my paranoia or my whatever, but it just seemed a little suspicious that he just it managed to bring back a third of the Earth's population, just like that. And I'm pretty sure they were all dead too, like not just cardiac arrest. I'm pretty sure they were dead. So that was a little bit off. But past that, the villains were pretty good. They were, I can't remember their name, but like I said, they're a Gallifreyan fairy tale. And I cannot remember their name, but it is not the Toclafane. I do think that would have been really nice if they did name them that, just to show that kind of, like, the backwards thinking and the history and the bit more depth to everything. I think it would have been nice, but then again, this show's been going on for 50 years. I think depth at this point is a little overkill. Maybe that's just me. But, I cannot remember what they're called, but like I said, they were pretty good. Or he was pretty good. It was just one of the guys, a hologram of one of the guys, anyway. It was pretty good. Like I said, a very good episode. Now here's where I start talking about what I think is going to happen in the next episode. Like I said, Roy's father encourages him to go on one last trip with the doctor, and I think what's going to happen is, again, excuse me, I need to remember to stop drinking pop right before I do one of these. It makes me like burp a lot. Then I have to edit them out. Or just cover my mouth in front of the mic. But anyway, like I was saying, what I think is going to happen next episode? Well, like I said, they encouraged him to go on one last trip after they had been peaceful for so long. 3 days left, no retirement. One of them's going to die. But what I think is going to happen is, I think the angels are going to kill one or both of them. Or send them back in time, or kill them, or something. They're going to die. I think it's going to be because of the Doctor's anger, even though the Doctor didn't really get angry this episode, like he did in Dinosaurs or Town Called Mercy. He didn't really get angry, but I think it's still possible that they still could continue this, even though it would be a little weird, just because there was no anger this episode. But again, I'm rambling. But I think what's going to end up happening is the Doctor's going to get angry, something's going to happen, and they're going to die more or less because of him. I think that afterwards he's going to do something to wipe the angels out. Like, I'm thinking like the Rachnos in Runaway Bride, like just how David got there. I'm thinking something like that. And then immediately after, and somehow they're gonna die in a way that they can't be brought back just by time travel. And I think what's gonna end up happening is the Doctor's gonna do that. He's gonna wipe out the angels, and then he's gonna go back in the TARDIS. He's gonna like either throw things or cry or something, and then he's gonna hop into the TARDIS. I think he's gonna, hop the TARDIS into the time stream. He's gonna go back, and he's gonna do something to save Oswin. And I think that's how she's gonna come back into this as the next companion. And I think that's gonna be that's gonna be the very interesting thing about this season is how this is all going to end, how this is all going to go. I have no idea what's going to happen in the long run, but I'm still very intrigued. But no, obviously very looking forward to the next episode. That's my prediction right there, is that they're going to go in, Doctor's going to get pissed off, something's going to happen, they're going to die because of him, he's going to get really pissed off, wipe out the angels, and then go save Oswin as kind of a repentance, I guess. But, no, like I said, this was a very good episode. Very, very, very strong episode. Very, very strong. Again, I can't say whether it was better than Mercy, just because I have a little bit of a bias towards these kind of episodes. But, again, no, very good. But yeah, once again, I am the Immortal K. Evan, saying we trust. .blogspot. Whatever the hell it is, I can never remember. I'll put a link in the description. I need to remember it. I think it's CA, but forgive me. Anyway, I'm the Immortal K, or Victory of the Daleks, depending on which one you go by. Adios.